Hello everyone and welcome back to more AEW on TEW 2020. We are just 2 weeks away, well, a week and a half away from Revolution, which is going to be a very big pay-per-view, but right now we just got to start off with AEW Dark, as 12 and 13 of the Dark Order defeat new debuts Ralph Hall and Tim Lindlin. In addition, on the commentary desk, I have added Fuka, Stardom trainer for a long time. I have brought her in. She has now joined the commentary team on Dark. Maybe I'll remove her at some point. Who knows? These other two, they are just generic people. They're gens. They're actually pretty decent, but we will maybe do something with them. I don't know. Eddie Kingston defeats Griff Garrison. New debut Nancy Bouchard defeats Reina Obscura. Eric Redbeard defeats Hayabusa. The Motor City Machine Guns defeat Top Flight. Donovan Dijak defeats Dragon Lee. The Von Erichs defeat the debuting Cross Brothers. Just another tag team out there that I decided to pick up. Anna Jay defeats Killer Kelly. And Koda Bushi defeats Pentagon. Indeed, this week is a little bit uneventful, as our normal party of 8, Jeff Hardy and Koda Bushi, have seemed to vanish. It's probably explained away by, they've returned to the Vortex or something like that. And Matt Hardy's just, leading this group of wayward people. They come across rumors about a god of beauty that is only accepting people of worshippers that are as beautiful as him. So we got a Rose Garden homage for this week. The show proper starts off with 6-woman tag match. As Shotzi Blackheart, Hikaru Shida, and Mayu Iwatani face Kana and the VIPs Club. Diana submits Shotzi. Now Rose also came in and attacked Mayu and Shida. Kana with a 77 performance. These are most of our best women on the roster. Shotzi, the weakest performer out of all of them, with a 42, but Kana with a 77. That's insanely good. Mayu 60. Mayu with 60 is really good. That's about 20 over her pop, I think. So I'm very happy with this. Yeah, legendary gimmick is very nice. Following match, Nyla Rose, she is, basically the way I'm imagining this is, basically Nyla was fighting them off, while Diana had the Fujiwara armbar on Shotzi. Tenille and Kana also kind of just watched out, made sure that they couldn't sneak around Nyla. But Nyla's continued to be attacked until Kairi Hojo runs in, and she delivers a crossbody to Nyla Rose. She begins fighting for a little bit until Viper's and Penelope Ford arrive, and they add themselves to this huge fight. In the ring, Tenille and Diana are yelling at Shotzi about how Shotzi was the weak link on the team, which, she was the weak link in the entire match, while Tenille and Diana carried their team. That angers Kana. She delivers a German suplex to Diana before putting Tenille into a Kana lock. Eventually, backstage officials finally run out, and they separate everyone. We have a bunch of feuds that are moving along with this huge brawl segment. After this, Renee Paquette is interviewing Adam Page. I forgot to put Renee on screen, but it's fine. And Adam Page says, "You're right about me asking for this, Renee. Well, most of the eyes of Revolution are going to be directed towards your husband and that little bitch MJF. I think it's safe to say that there's more than that just going on. There's more matches, and only one with as close to the amount of hype. That's Kenny Omega vs. Kota Ibushi. Look, I've known for the entire time that I've known Kenny that Kota was always his favorite. I accept that. Even when we were tagging with each other, I knew that Kenny was a better friend with Koda than he was with me. And Kenny might have tossed me to the side, and I'm fine with that. But I know that Kenny's the same Kenny that both me and Koda knew. That he's that same person who just loves wrestling for the love of wrestling. And at least deep down he is. It was confirmed a few days ago on social media that me and Koda will be facing off against each other tonight, and I know it's a tough fight. Koda, I want you to make sure you know something. In my place at Revolution, bring Kenny back. He's the best in the damn business, but not how he is at this moment. So Adam Page, like Koda, he wants to bring Kenny back, quote unquote. Alright, after this, we have a commercial break, and then we come back, and this is the MJF promo segment that I'm probably the most proud of myself with writing. We have a lot of MJF talking, so bear with me. 300 days. It's a long time, isn't it? In that time, AEW has grown immensely. Big signings like FTR, the recently fired Mr. Brody Lee, Matt Hardy, Miroslav, Matt Sydal, and of course, the rejuvenation of the women's division with people like Kairi Hojo, Mayu Iwatani, Kana, Ashley, Flair, and of course, the two most important women in this division, my associates, Tenille Dashwood and Deonna Purrazzo, have arrived. Kota Ibushi's here. Sting's decided to show his head. Hell, even Kurt Angle's managed to grab himself from the depths of the shitty end to his career to come here. There's so much change in AEW, from bottom to... well, that's the problem. See, since arriving at the top, since taking the AEW World title from the living legend Chris Jericho, the top hasn't changed. Sure, the TNT title, which was born from Cody's pathetic whining, also came about because of that one man at the top. It shouldn't come to a surprise at this point to know that I'm talking about Jon Moxley. Since Revolution last year, the top of AEW has remained stagnant. A disappointing performance at New Year's against Kenny Omega, a certainly bloody bout against Miroslav, and a few essentially job matches against Bandito and Adam Page, and the only defense that has really mattered, a triple threat at All Out, that Pac lost. Jon Moxley is holding AEW back. Look at all of the boons that AEW has gained in every other division. The women's division may as well be the strongest in the entire damn world. The mid-card is stacked with more and more people that just rise above the top, and this already elite tag team division is just growing more and more, and yet there's a stranglehold on that top prize. There's a choking, weak breath of strangulation at the top because a certain former Riot Police cosplayer with a pathetic hairline doesn't want to give up. I'm not asking for the recreation of an infamous moment. I'm not asking John to do a bump drill so I can pin him without a fight. But there's this underlying sinister nature to his reign. Look at everything John has done. What has Pac done since losing? He's lost his little geometry class and his best friends. Bandito, he's a jobber on Dark. Page, he's begging Koda to beat him. Miro, he's taking anger management lessons with Matt Sydal because you ran him off TV. Kenny's the only one with any semblance of life left in him, and even then he's a ruined mess. That's what you've done to this division, Mox. Everyone you've beaten has fallen further and further down the card. Come Revolution, I'm going to take you down. I am going to end your reign. I am going to save AEW from this tyrannical reign of yours. Revolution's a time for change, Moxley. Revolution is when the common man overthrows the evil dictator, the evil god, and, well, I am no common man. I am the voice of the people here. But you won't take me seriously ever, John. No matter what I do, you'd put it out there that I had help from my fellow associates. Sure, Wardlow might be out because of Griff Garrison failing while Wardlow was training for the private party, but even with the lesser numbers, you'll still say that I had the numbers on my side because you have no friends here. So, I think I should just get that out of the way, John. At Revolution, Jonathan, I am going to defeat you myself. Alone. I'm not even going to let you say that you were intimidated by the prospect of the VIPs coming out. That's why I'll throw you a bone. I'll give you a chance, Moxley. At Revolution, we're not leaving the ring. Revolution, you and me will fight to the death in a steel cage. We will fight just more. We will bleed. We will go and we will sell our lives for that title. You have no choice in the matter of fighting me. So you better accept my goddamn gift to you, Moxley. 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I will put AEW on my back. I will save this company from falling to your despotic rule. I had high hopes that that first segment was tale of things to come, but I think it was because that first one was a little bit longer than these other two, so whatever. But still, what, an 87, 73, 72, and 70? Still really good. I'm really proud of this promo. After this, there's a cut to backstage where Renee is interviewing Jeff Hardy about his arrival and his alignment with Darby. And Jeff says, honestly, Renee, the reason I came to help out Darby is because I see a lot of myself in him. I see a lot of young Jeff Hardy when I look at Darby in the ring. I see a headstrong kid. I see someone that batters themselves for this amazing sport, and I see someone that has the potential to change wrestling as a whole. Is there a reason I went after Tully and his guys? Of course not. I respect Tully so much. He and Arn paved the way in tag team wrestling, and I wouldn't have gotten as far in my career if I hadn't tagged with Matt. But they were going after Darby, and I wanted to meet this kid that resembled me so much in my past, and judging by his look last week, he wants to face me. But first, Darby, how's about we take care of Tully and his guys? Let's take care of that business before you and me face off. So Jeff Hardy kind of just explaining his actions, and that he'll go on to feud with Darby after the Tully business is done. And just a real quick match as Jungle Boy defeats Colt Cabana. And then Team Taz comes to the ring as, Jurassic Express, they're at ringside, they slide into the ring just to make sure that, Taz doesn't jump them. And Taz says, long time no see, Jack Boy? Well, you don't worry your little head, you'll be seeing us plenty. We've been working our asses off at the gym, and we're ready to show you who's boss. But I think doing a quick 3-on-3 ain't gonna cut it. Look, we ain't just gonna go about and give you the chance to do something cheek, even with Jungle Jane being out. Congrats on our baby, by the way, and I don't mean you, Marco, even though you've got the size of a baby. Revolution, Jungle Boy, you against the machine, Brian Cage. Hell, I've already talked to Tony Khan about this, and he's agreed that there's a very special stipulation. This is going to be a #1 contenders match. I know, so early on in the year, Brian Cage must be getting a late Christmas present. It's no matter. Come Revolution, the machine is whooping your sorry ass. And, after that, there's a little bit of jaw-jacking still, but there's no physical altercation coming through. After this, the Inner Circle defeats 3 members of the Blood Brothers. Just a little bit of a training match. And after that, the Blood Brothers all look really frustrated. And, Jacob Fatu is looking very, very irked by this. And then FTR comes to the stage. And they're talking trash to the Inner Circle. But, again, there's not really anything that comes of this. There's no physical blows. It's just taunting, jaw-jacking. Really good segment, actually. This is a very lucky segment. After this, Chris Statlander defeats Awesome Kong. They don't click, which is unfortunate, but oh well. Maki storms to the ring. She has a mic. She's very angry. She flips off Chris Statlander before just yelling, "You stole Abaddon from me." Maki then slaps Chris, demands a rematch at Revolution. Demands a match, not a rematch. This is the first time they'd be facing each other. If Maki wins, Chris gives up Abaddon, but if Chris wins, Abaddon stays as Abby and stays with Chris. Chris does agree to this. That's actually a really surprisingly high segment rating. I was expecting this to be much lower. A 51, I think the highest pop out of any of these is like a 35. So, I'm fine with that. Cameras then cut to backstage, where there's a conference room, and Brandy Rhodes is still obviously a bit banged up, and Jordan Grace is at her side. Camera pans, shows Ashley Flair, the Queen, as well as the Queen's Court, and they're waiting impatiently. Brandy finally slides a folder across the table, Ashley opens it up, and there is a contract for a match at Revolution between Ashley Flair and Jordan Grace. Flair holds her hand out, and one of the Court give her a pen. Flair signs it, and just leaves She's staring down Brandy. She's not even making eye contact with Jordynne Grace, but Jordynne Grace is definitely making she's staring down, Ashley Flair, but Flair, more importantly, staring at Brandy. In our main event, Adam Page is defeated by Koda and Bushi. Hopefully that's not a serious back injury. It probably is. So I can't go to the next segment. Give me a moment. We'll just finish the show there. The last thing I had on there was that they were going to have an Iron Man match at Revolution. I hope that can still take place because that's bad. I really hope Koda's not seriously injured. Hopefully he can be back for Revolution, but I'm still happy with this show. As long as Koda's not in serious damage, we're fine, but if he is, But we'll find out in the next week, so, yeah, we'll see you guys then.